Hey, what's going on, guys? I am not monitoring myself. I need to push this button. There I am. Hopefully you're all doing okay. That was Iris by Forehill. Trying different thing today, maybe, sorta. I'm using my coworker's modem right now, yes. It is no better. It is no better. It's still giving me problems. Except I just did a test for an hour. Well, let me do it this way. I put their modem on earlier today and was getting terrible connection. It was no better. In fact, it was maybe worse, which I wouldn't put on the modem. I would just say it was whatever it was. I just ran a test for an hour, and I only dropped like 1,000 frames, which is pretty good. That would be, normally a stream would be 0, hopefully, but 1,000 frames, I'm okay with. That's a little blip on the radar compared to the fucking like 70, 100,000 I've dropped or whatever, 7 million or whatever it is, all that math. So I'll take that. The other difference that we have today is I'm trying to lower the strain on my computer that this game is putting on it, to hopefully make it run a little bit smoother. I'm doing that by running it in 720p, which I normally don't like doing, but also running OBS with a canvas of 720p, which means I can then, oh, there goes the frames. I can then, what do you call it? Hopefully encode less. So I'm going to move that over there. And then finally, to solve the problem of me not wanting to watch it in this little tiny ass window, I have OBS doing a projector preview onto the main screen. So I'm seeing it in full screen, but I also see me on the screen, which is weird to see. I'm sitting there on my screen now. So I actually have the game on the screen to the left of me, but I'm looking at the game in front of me. The mouse is on the screen to my left. It's going to be weird. I don't know how the mouse locking is going to work. It's going nowhere. But OBS reports to me I haven't dropped any frames yet. So I'm hopeful. I also, what a guy, yeah. I also tried to install a mod off of fucking Nexus mods. Let me tell you how much I don't like Nexus mods. To lower, like, you don't get to choose things like AA and all that on this. Like, the game just like does it. You can't, there's no options except for going in the INIs. And so I downloaded an INI that would change it. And instead of doing that, it made like the lighting go disco. Like everything was flashing. It was really nasty and gross. So, I had to go back to the other one, the original. So, it just, well, there we go. Okay. Last we left off, we were going to go get, I forget what her name was. Zoe. Hopefully it looks okay. Looks a little blurry on my screen, if I'm going to be honest. You know what I was thinking of doing? Come on, mouse. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Was turning off head bobbing, which I don't normally like to do. I like leaving head bobbing on. However, I think that will help the encoding not being jumpy, you know? I do notice the game is running not as good as it could be. Yeah. Not running great. Another thing I could try. Let me double check something. That's off. What if I did... that? Does that change anything? Tech test stream? Sorta. Not really. I'm trying to actually, like, do the stream, but... oh, God. Uh-oh. That's not what I meant to do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on. It's gonna go out and all crazy for a second. It has, like, dynamic resizing. I dynamically resized it by mistake. Alright. Hopefully these frames are better. I don't know. No, it doesn't look like it is at all. Try for it to catch up and see. Seems better. All right, I've dropped 29 frames so far.
Ever consider the Marauder life? It's pretty sweet.
Stefan told me about your favorite cereal. I need you to clarify something. Stefan told me about your favorite cereal.
So you tracked me down just to gab about the mass marketeer? I am impressed.
I've got it here. It's yours if you promise to go back. Oh, no, wait. Stefan wanted to watch it with you.
I see what's going on here. I'm being bribed. Well, it's working. I can't say no to my favorite cereal. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is going to be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Take care. Goodbye. World record pace stream crash. Yeah. To be honest. No, it's still doing it. All right, never mind. I was going to say, it hasn't said encoding overload in a few seconds, but there it goes. It's very slowly. Why does this game take up so much fucking CPU? That's what I want to know.
Windows.
Oh my god. No, it's just sometimes there's little chunks. You know what I mean? I'm trying to earn myself back a few frames. I mean, a few CPU cycles by quitting Firefox and Chatty and what do you call it? Discord and like anything that I can. I can't quit Steam because it's doing the DRM. I have Outer Worlds, OBS, and then XSplit, System, Windows Explorer. Windows Explorer is not even open. I guess it always runs because that's what it's the taskbar and all that shit. But I don't know. I just noticed there's a little bit of chunkies. The other thing I could do is play the game and stream at 30 FPS or play at 60 and stream at 30, but I don't see any reason to do that, really. The occasional double speak. Not sure what you mean by double speak. I'm watching Zot. Sorry, Zot sent me a snap. Hang on. Alright, there we go. Sorry. I'm a terrible streamer.
What is it?
I talked Zoe into coming back. Oh, you know what I just thought of? This is going to change my entire... No, it's not. Okay, never mind. I talked Zoe into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Occasional double speak. It'll repeat me saying double speak, but a second later. You don't have 2 streams open, do you? I know sometimes I get that echo, but that program is off. Or muted, really. I'll exit it. She joined up with a band of marauders. They hadn't hurt her.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
I'll leave you be. I want to dump it all into here for that stupid robot quest. I'm going to do that, and then it's going to be something dumb like, you know, thank you, and the robot leaves or whatever, you know what I mean? Alright, we need another level up here. Nietzsche's reward. 5% damage per flaw. I don't have any flaws. Doesn't make sense to do right now. Science weapon magazine size. Precision. Crit chance up. Base armor up. 100% additional ammo on vendors and general. No, it'd be nice if that was like 100% extra ammo in like caches or whatever. I have a shit ton of ammo, I feel like. Pack mule. I think I'm going to choose pack mule. So far. Time dilation, fast travel while encumbered might not be a bad one either instead of pack mule. I don't have any I didn't even mean it like that. I just meant that my character didn't take any mechanical flaws within the context of the game. How about that? Sprint speed up, walking speed up. I don't know why they're different. It's not like you have a sprint. As far as I know, it's not like you have a sprint meter that drains. Lone wolf, if you're alone. 25% tactical time dilation meter max. No. Let's do XP from companion kills, actually. Because I can go back to my ship and get the friar. No, what was he? The other dude. In fact, we could go back there now and just fast travel back over here. Alright, it seems like I have just barely enough overhead now to play this like this. It's on your end? Okay. That's weird. Maybe you need to restart your browser or something? Like... Light assault gun. Very nice. I can barely read the descriptions on these. You got my heartwarming laugh twice? Oh, good. It sounded really sarcastic when I said it like that. What do I have here? Assault rifle, sawed-off shotgun, light machine gun, light assault rifle. Ooh. That's less. Okay. Reset your router. Be careful, dude. You may not get your internet back. Yeah, look at how much ammo I have. It's kind of hard to read. I have almost 1,000 light ammo. I mean, obviously you run through it a little bit, but... Alright, where is this dude? He said he was coming back to the ship.
The navigation console is offline at this time, Captain.
Am I wrong? I thought he said he'd meet me on the ship. I don't see any markers on my... HUD, though. I like this tinker system. Also, I got so many bits. Why would I not just keep... pumping bits into them? Bits? Is that what it's called? What was it called? Yeah, I was calling it bits. Yeah, alright. What's in it? Extendo sight. Magnum. Oh, 50% magazine size. Not bad. Nobody sells it anymore. You can get it on eBay or something? I don't know. Extra 50% or extra 50 rounds, it seems like. Oh, 50%, yeah. eBay's scary, yeah. Sorry, Evil. I don't know why it's doing that to you. I wish all the tech problems in the world would go away, to be honest. So I'm like so done with tech. Look at those. Look at these textures right here. Hopefully you didn't see that on my stream. You can stack them. Bit cartridge. Anyone see me here? Watch the chicken fucking see me. Do you even have 2 computers? What would you even do? Zoe's journal, page 12. That's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery, no more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back on this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the Vale once, didn't I? Just because I got sick, everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick and I grabbed a little too much Adrenatime. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving on one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate 1 box of Adrenatime and suddenly you're committing larceny.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
Oh, yeah. Zoe's journal, page 18. Whatever note I picked up with a diagram. I remember seeing a diagram. Good news, I'm alive. I started to feel a little better too. There's a group of deserters living out in the old botanical labs. They found a way to grow some food. Or something that passes for food, anyway. Adele boiled up a pot of something green and leafy and told me to drink it twice a day for my symptoms, I suppose. Tastes atrocious, but I've been feeling better. 27 of them? Why don't you just zip tie a bunch of fans together and use that as a case? It's nice to be away from the cannery. The labs have just enough power to run an aether wave, so I've been catching up on my serial dramas. Masked Marketeer, what would I do without you? Go crazy, most likely. Crack up, murder all my neighbors, and run screaming into the hills like some wild marauder. I don't know. That doesn't sound too bad. I could see myself leading a cadre of marauders. A band of bandits. Wait, that doesn't sound right. A band of bandits. What would we call ourselves? The Formidable 14? The 100 Hooligans featuring Zoe, Bandit Queen. Terror on Monarch. I don't want to steal her poster. It's her fucking favorite show. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today's the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the Marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires, probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folks like me. Living a life of comfort, ease, free from any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I've got some spare cans of saltuna. Should last me a couple of weeks if I ration. Got some Adrenatime, too. Everybody loves Adrenatime. Even Marauders, right? I got odds those Marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of syringes of Adrenatime before their eyes. This is gonna be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm gonna have a whole gang of Marauders at my back to call. Maybe I can even score some Ritzos. Ritzos, yeah. Man, it's a lot harder to read when the text is a little blurrier. Not that I could really read in the first place, I guess, but... Anyone even here? Is there nobody here? Oh, I get caught stealing. Ring, a nondescript metal ring. Maybe shoot use it. Read through Vivon, yeah. I wonder. I obviously want the shit, but like. Spacer's Choice Property. Emerald Vale Botanical Lab and Experimental Facility. Personal files. Hack. Password Silent Spring. Welcome. A. McDevitt. Open first entry. Spacer's Choice Property. Personal files. First entry. May the Eternal bless my first endeavor. It's been 2 days since I walked away from life at Edgewater Cannery. Fortuitous, the old botanical labs are still operational. Mostly the soil's sour. I'll do what I can, but I'm gonna need some powerful fertilizer. Tired of having the taste of Saltuna lingering on my tongue day in, day out. I want something fresh, something that grows out of the earth. Personal files. Last entry. We found another worker from Edgewater. Ex-worker now. Desertion rates may be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management has always been tyrannical. Imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in a sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing, delirious. Must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. He was all better in a couple of weeks. Physically. Spiritually, he's one of our flock now. Experimental notes. Sorry, I'm texting my cousin. Open first entry. Spacer's Choice Property. Experimental notes. First entry. I'm hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in a soulless automation of the corporate machine. The greenhouse may look impressive, but like all Spacer's Choice products, it's cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own 2 hands. This place shall become a greenery. Before it was abandoned. I understand the horticulturalism failed to produce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. I'm determined to find a way. May the Eternal smile upon my endeavors. Experimental notes. Last entry. Flora are the living things, as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, living, thinking body. I contended that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people, acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach the sky under these conditions. The soil, it's sour. It's true. I don't know quite how to explain that. I'm sure the scientists will say something about biology or the carbon cycle. But I can conclude, after months of my own experimentation, the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. This guy poop in his garden. Is that what he's trying to say? These all fucking poop plants. Fertilizer's fertilizer, I suppose. Is there really nobody here? Oh, there is somebody here. I don't want to steal in front of them.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide?
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Ooh. This might sound strange, but I don't know where I am. Yeah, I suppose I'd rather eat plants that were grown with fertilizer than not eat.
That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself.
No, I mean, I actually don't know where I am.
This is the old botanical lab in Emerald Vale, on Terra 2. By the look on your face, I'm guessing you're not quite following me.
No, I know the Martian did it.
Well?
Yeah.
Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever.
Everything I eat is grown with fertilizer. Oh, don't tell me that. Next, you're gonna tell me that Jello is made out of horse hooves. Just getting my bearings. My pod landed not far from here.
Are you talking about an escape pod of some sort? Where did you say you were from?
I didn't say. I arrived here from Earth. Does Hope ring any bells?
Is that a new settlement of some kind? I haven't kept news from outside the Vale.
Jello's made out of poop as well? No! I think they stopped using horse. I think they use cow now. Cow bones and skin. Not exactly. It's a colony ship.
Oh, you're talking about that old piece of folklore. Now I'm convinced you're delirious.
Oh,
you really
God.
ought to lay your head down, dear. Babbling only agitates the humors. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you from
Purgative?
spell.
I read that as purgative. That sounds like it's going to purge your body. I really enjoyed The Martian. The movie was pretty good, but let me tell you, the book is good. The book's really good, but the book on tape, the guy who narrated the book on tape did a double A+ job. I can't recommend that enough if you haven't heard it. The official one, not, I don't know, there's some guy reading it on YouTube as well, but I'm talking about the official one. Pretty good. Pretty good. You don't believe me?
Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up, I heard my folks talking about the Hope. Always believed it was just a story we told ourselves to keep our spirits up. Listen, don't you worry about what I think. That's not important. Worry about what the board thinks of you going around talking about lost ships from decades past.
Why? I haven't done anything wrong.
You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. Talk leads to questions. Ask enough questions, and the board comes answering.
I'm not afraid of the board. I have a gun.
No, but the board may have reason to fear you.
All right, let's talk about something else.
I'm listening.
I should go. All right. Here's a good one. So, I mentioned I had talked to my ISP earlier today, right? I tried that second router, which didn't fix anything. So, I plugged the second router in, and it does its commemorative 20-minute boot up time. And once it did, it was like, oh, please enter your name, your phone number, and your 13-digit, oh, thank you, lady, 13-digit customer number in order to activate this device. So I'm like, all right, I know my name and number, easy enough. Right, put that in. The customer number, I have no freaking clue. I don't get paper bills. I can't sign in to online because I don't have internet. So I pull out my phone. I gotta put it into not Wi-Fi mode because I don't have Wi-Fi. And they have the Optimum app, right? And so I open up the Optimum app and I go to the bill pay page, and it's like, oh, you gotta sign in, dude. And I was like, oh, fuck, all right. So I had to look up what my username and password is, blah, blah, blah. Signed in. At the top of the page is a number. It's a 14-digit number, not a 13-digit number, a 14-digit number. And I was like, oh, that's a little bit weird. Maybe they made a mistake on the page, whatever. Start typing it in. It is one extra number. It's one number too long. And this, God, the way the form works is there's 3 fields for the number. And once you type in the correct amount of characters, it pushes you to the next field. Right? And I made a typo in the second field. And I had completed the field. It was the second number. And so I click in that second field to change that number, and it registers the field's full, and it moves me to the next field. And it kept doing that. I had to select the very end of the number and delete it all the way forward. You couldn't fucking delete one number in the middle and change it, but whatever. And so I type in the rest of the number, and the first one fills, it bounces me to the second one. The second one fills, it bounces me to the third. The third one fills. Remember, I said I have 14 numbers in my account number, not 13. And the last one fills, and it pushes me to my name line, which is right underneath. And the last number goes on the name line. That's not my number. I have 14, and so I couldn't do that. So I call them. Excuse me. I call them. And you get the automated phone thing, right? And of course, the phone thing is like, oh, in order to serve you, enter your 13-digit number. And I put my fucking number in, and it was like, oh, we're sorry, we can't find that account. Are you sure you entered it right? And they played back the numbers, and I'm looking at the fucking app, and it's reading back the numbers to me. And it was the correct numbers. It was the correct numbers in the correct order, the correct amount, 14 numbers. No, we couldn't find it. Blah, blah, blah. Why don't you try putting in your phone number? I put in my phone number, and it doesn't work. It's just like, oh, there's no account with that phone number. I'm like, oh, fuck. All right. So I finally, after failing a number of times, get a human and read the number off to them. They're like, okay, and they put it in. And it works fine. When I got the thing activated, it didn't work. After I did a test for a little while, I ended up going on their chat in order to try and get them to send a tech out. I was like, all right, whatever. I'll pay whatever they say to pay. Blah blah blah. Get a tech out here. I like how he puts his foot up on top of that thing. And so I get in the chat with the tech, and they're like, oh, can I have your account number? It's like, yeah, it wasn't working earlier. Here, let me type it in for you, just how it is in the app. And I type it out in the app, the same way it is in the app. And the customer service agent cannot take it. It doesn't work for them. And I'm like sitting here pulling my fucking hair out. And I sign into my Optimum account on my computer and look at my ID number on the computer, and it's formatted differently. On the phone app, it's some characters, dash some characters, dash some characters. And the last two numbers were, what was it, like 4 or 5, I think it was. On the internet, it's some characters, dash some characters, dash 2 characters, dash 1 character. So it was some characters, dash 0, 4, dash 5. And so I added that extra dash And they're like, oh, thank you for giving us the number. The person could not understand that it's formatted differently between the app and online, which God knows why. Probably what they do in the app is they say, all right, append the last two numbers. Not append, just shift them over and put a dash before the last two numbers. But in reality, it's on mine, since it has an extra number, is dash two numbers, dash one number. But something's wrong in the app or whatever, and they wouldn't. The person would not take it. The person could not reformat it. They could not add that dash and move the other dash over. And so I was like, finally, I know that they're doing with like 90 chats at a time, so I'm taking my time. I was watching Zot play Doom actually, I think I was chatting with them for like over an hour, which again, whatever. Taking my time, talking to Zot. I'm not trying to speed through this, and so they're like, all right, well let's do some tests to make sure it's not running. And I was like, I'm not really interested in doing some tests. You can see from the chat logs, which they say they're reviewing the chat logs at one point, so they supposedly looked at the previous two chats I had. I know it's an issue. I'm not having great connection. I took a screenshot of it and I sent it to them. Can we schedule a tech to come out? And they're like, oh, we can't look at links. Meanwhile, the last two people I've been talking to, I sent links saying like, oh, here's my speed test, here's this. And they're like, oh, thank you for the info. So I don't know if they can't see it and they were just like fucking with me, being like, yeah, all right, kid. Or if this person just didn't know they can look at links. I don't know what. But they wanted to do all the troubleshooting, so I did the troubleshooting. I told him, I don't even know who it was, that I just reset my router. The router's directly connected to my computer, and I'm still not getting a speed test. And so we reset the router again, came back, and it's still not working right. And then they're finally like, all right, we'll send a tech out. The next appointment slot we have is Tuesday. It's Friday. I don't want to wait till Tuesday. Obviously, there's people who need help. I'm not saying I should get help before them. Just in general, I don't want to wait till Tuesday. So, take the Tuesday slot, whatever. They did not mention, the last two times I talked to somebody, they were like, oh, we will charge you $80 to send somebody out. This person did not mention any fee. I'm sure it's contracted out. They did not mention any fee about sending somebody out. Not once did they mention there would be a fee, no charge, nothing. So I have to actually go copy that that conversation. But they didn't mention that it would cost me any money. The last person I talked to. So if they try charging me for this, I'm saying no. He didn't tell me it was going to cost any money. But then we get to now, I've only dropped 300 frames. I don't know, it's something, the internet is just like, oh yeah, we'll behave. You spent all day not streaming, we'll behave for a little while. In fact, if I view my stats, we've dropped 300 frames out of 170,000. So 0.2% frames, as compared to like 10 to 15% of frames we were previously dropping. So, if it stays like this, I may consider canceling the appointment. But I have a feeling that maybe it was something to do with the rain, because it's been raining a lot. By Tuesday, be fixed. It's working fine now. I'm wondering. You ready for the conspiracy theory? Let me preface this and say this is not what's happening. I'm sure they couldn't possibly pull a scheme like this. But what if they were making my upload really shitty, so I paid $80 for a tech to come out? I'd be so mad if that were the case. I don't think they're doing that. That would be a terrible freaking thing to do. I can't imagine they're doing that. I'd be so mad. They watch my streams and throttle me to troll me, yeah. Is that what this is? How do I know which houses I went in already and which ones I didn't? I went in all those. I'm heading this way.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
I'm walking around with my gun out. I probably shouldn't.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
All right, do the same line. Do the same line, just lower pitched and slower.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
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 Keep your wits about you, friend.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
It is possible. Like I said, it stopped raining now and it got a little colder, so I'm wondering if maybe the line's damaged and that is now working better. I don't know. Rob all their food. Keep your wits about you, friend. Keep your wits about you, friend. Stefan's got food if you need it. Stefan's got food if you need it. They just voice pitched down. God, I hate when shit like that happens in video games. Like, he has two voice lines, so they didn't like. Jesus, I didn't even see that. Oh shit! It's a fucking minefield out here. It's like they've got two voice lines, so they couldn't like randomize it enough.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Sorry about that.
I was just occupying.
Machines are cantankerous by nature, liable to take insult and blow a fuse at the slightest mishandling. Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
I'm passing through. I'm just trying to get my ship off the ground.
Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we?
Fuck off.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Another one of these guys? Never too late to start learning. I can give you some pointers, bruh.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs. There's one in the old community center. Should find one back in town, too. Parvati's dad had a copy. He used to take it with him when he worked at the cannery before he passed.
Today's your lucky day, Thomas. I've got one of those data pads.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Part 1, Part 2. Part 1.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years.
Are these items that I could use instead of
appreciate you
giving them to
going through all
him?
that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Hang on, I've got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 2.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself.
Ironical.
2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
500-bit cartridges. Okay. That wasn't anything spectacular, but I'll let you know if I find anything else.
Sure. I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
Sure, I want to ask you something.
What's on your mind?
How long have you lived here?
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
What were you doing out in the wilderness?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
Alright, I should go. Oh, nice background. Look at that. It's going dark. How you doing, man? Pick up power regulator. Oh! Almost killed me. It's been a silly day. Uh-oh. What happened to you? It just opens to the rear. This would be like some kind of Easter egg where you just shock yourself to death, or is there actually a reason for that? Aw, damn it, I was wearing my conductive underpants.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Oh, yes. Same voice line in female. Keep trying, maybe I'll get it. Yeah. I don't even know what to do with the mock apples still. I think they're food. Is that how that works? Yeah, I guess they're food. Carbohydrates, 200% natural health. That 200% natural health gain? Oh, health regeneration, I see. All right. Oh, patio lights. Is it that like low voltage underground wiring stuff? Nobody here right now? Nice. Look at the piece of the door. Really? Is that how this game looks? Look at that piece of the door. Same thing. Look at the dirt. Look at the dirt on the door. What is this? What's going on, Hex? How you doing? I spent all day trying to get... Not all day, but I spent a good amount of time trying to get the dirt to look right on... I did this. I made this. Look in the top left corner when it comes in. I spent a long time trying to get those dirt marks to look nice and to look right. I spent a long time on that. And you're telling me all I have to do is just make them sit in space? Like this? And just not move? Gosh dang it. I know it's just dirt, but it has to look nice. I didn't even animate it. I wanted to animate it, and I didn't. Who's gonna get me for stealing something on their roof? There was somebody that just walked through the door. Well, I'll take it a step further. I have a plugin that helps me make that, and I still took forever to do it because I wanted to. Oh, there you are.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
I wanted to make it look nice. You're safe to steal as long as they don't see you. I think. I sure hope so. I didn't want to steal because it's rude. Well, I don't want to steal in front of them.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Oh, good. Why don't you take a look outside? CDW? What are you looking on there for? Yeah, there. But yes, I did make a nice BRB. And speaking of nice BRBs, I'll be right back. Hey, thanks for making it all the way to the end of this video. I know that some of the VODs can get a little bit long, so I do appreciate you sticking around. I'd like to ask real quick if you have a friend or someone close to you who you think would like a clip or a portion or even the whole stream, please feel free to reach out to them and share this with them. I'm always looking for more respectful people to come hang out and have some fun. If you've already done that or want to help me out some other way, feel free to check out the video description for some other ways you can help support me. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.